Remember, the bigger the sample size, the better results are. If some participants choose not to respond, they cannot be included in your sample, and so if non-response, it will often lead to biases in the study. Before you use sample size formula, you need to know the term used in these formulas. Necessary terms used in calculating sample size are: population size is the entire population that the researcher wants to study and to draw conclusions about. The population size can be known, the total number, or unknown. Confidence level. It is the percentage that reveals how confident, sure, or accurate is the researcher can be that the populations would select an answer within a certain range. It determines how certain the researcher can be sure of their results. A higher confidence level requires a larger sample size. For example, if your confidence level is 95%, your results will most likely be 95% accurately. The margin of error, also called a confidence interval or precision level. It is the percentage plus or minus a number that tells the researcher how much they can expect their results to reflect the whole population. The smaller the margin of error, the closer to have the expect an exact answer at a given confidence level. A smaller margin of error requires a larger population size. Standard deviations is the measure of the dispersion of the data set from its mean. It measures the absolute variability of a distribution. It is useful in estimating and measuring the responses that researchers receive and how they vary from one another and from the mean number. The variations of expected responses is considered as the standard deviation. Population proportion. The proportion is what the researcher expected the results to be, and it can be determined by using the results of previous studies or another survey. If you are unsure, just use 50% as a conservative percentage, which gives the largest sample size. If the population proportion is close to 0 or 1, then this approximation is not valid. Significance level refers to the probability of rejecting a null hypothesis that is in fact true. This quantity ranges from 0 to 1, and it's typically denoted by the Greek letter alpha. The significance level is sometimes referred to as the probability of containing a result by chance alone. It is called also alpha level. Z-score, standard value used in statistics, and it is the deviations of a raw Z-score from the mean and expressed in terms of standard deviation. The mean of Z-score is always 0, and the standard deviation is always 1. Z-scores above the mean have a positive value, whereas scores below the mean have a negative value. Chi-square. It is a statistical test or value that is used to compare observed and expected results. It aids in understanding and interpretations of the connections between the two categorical variables. A chi-square value is a statistical value that is used to compare observed and expected values.